She died, but she was warned. She died, but she was warned. I want to go back to Lot's wife for a moment. First of all, off top, giving all honor, all glory, all praises to the Most High Yahuwah. Thank you, Yahushua, who hung, bled, and died, our beautiful, unique Savior. Having a conversation with a great brother of mine the other day, and he wanted me to do this video. I'm getting around to it now. We was having a conversation about how well do we know each other in this life. Fellas, how well do you know your wife? And we was talking about Lot's wife, right? Because we all know the story about Sodom and Gomorrah. She was warned. The family, they was all warned. Lot, get your family, get out of there. Fire and brimstone is gonna hit because of the cry out on those cities, Sodom and Gomorrah. When you are exposed, I'm gonna use Hollywood for an example with this video. When you are exposed to that high living, because it wasn't no broke place where Lot was at, catch that. She was fascinated. Now, brother asked me a good question. He said, JT, do you believe, this is my opinion now, he said, do you believe Lot knew his wife wasn't gonna come with him? And I had to think about that. And I said, how well do we know our wives? Wives, how well do you know your husband? Because in reality, spiritually, biblically speaking, only the Most High really knows the heart. And she was apparently fascinated. That was her home, her belongings. She was stuck on what she had. That's why I say I'm gonna use Hollywood for an example. When you look at a place that's got so many mansions, everything is beautiful, and you see a lot of wickedness there, but people still hold on to it. I just picture in my spiritual mind, when it was time to go, they got the warning, and I'm just picturing this spiritually. Come on. I ain't leaving my house. I ain't leaving my car. I'm talking back then and now. Just spiritually speaking, I'm painting the picture. I ain't leaving my house. You see my garden, you see everything I work hard for, the money we spent on this. I'm speaking like I'm back then and now. I know we got different things now, but just catch where I'm going with it. I ain't leaving, you go ahead. Lot probably, my opinion is, Lot probably didn't think his wife was gonna do that. But then it could have been a part of Lot that knew his wife. If you got a wife that's very materialistic, she gotta have everything that come out, what you call fast pace, and I gotta have this, I gotta have that. They blow money, blow money. Now you may say, man, she might not, I don't know, man. You a battle in your mind, won't you? Because when it comes to ignoring the warning, see, she was warned. She was disobedient. How was the man obedient, but the wife wasn't obedient? See, I know that, and I know that hurt Lot because that caused her life, as the Bible say, it ended her life. She turned into a pillar of salt. And well as I think I know my wife, notice I said think, because women change. Every other day. Somebody say every day, JT. I'm just messing with y'all ladies, but I mean that. I'm so sorry, but I'm not sorry. Women change in their mindset. It's always a change. I don't know. Then I might say, you may have the man that say, I don't believe my wife would have looked back. But you got to realize, if your job is on the line, everything you worked hard for is on the line, you really don't know what a person is going to do until they put into that situation. Now I can stand right here boldly and say, I don't think Dee would look back. Because I know my Memphis baby. She'll be like, man, the hell with that house, the hell with them vehicles, the hell with all that. Babe, I'm coming with you. Because my wife left Memphis to come here. And I love the fact that she gave up where she was born and raised at to come get her husband. That's why I would say, I think Dee would have came. But at the same time, you don't know what a person will do till they put in a situation. Well as I think I know people, I be saying, I don't know a person as well as I think, because I don't know the heart of an individual. Because when people hold on to belonging, that's why I'm using my wife for an example, because she's not stuck on material things. But then I know so many women that is. So I asked that question to you ladies that's watching, in your heart, with a straight up answer. Do you believe you would have looked back? Or you would have been like, man, forget them drakes, forget that house, forget them rooms, forget everything. I'm gone. This finna get destroyed. Because again, she was warned. They all was warned, but she was disobedient. They had to warn it, and warning always comes before destruction. Man, that would have been me. Y'all already knew me. Man, I'd have been like Brandon Mac, man, F that house, F that car, man, F everything. Just being real, y'all. Can I be real? Man, the hell with all that stuff. Y'all can have it, man. They got all that homosexual mess going on too, and they raping too. The kids messed, the children messed up. Man, y'all can have it. But see, I wouldn't have never took my family there in the first place. That's another thing I like to point out. When you know somewhere is wicked like that, why would you want to move your family to something like that? I don't care how beautiful it is. I don't care how good it look, how good it sound, how many people are there. If the Most High not leading you to go there, especially if you're the head of your family, see, Lot had no business taking his family over there. And look at what it cost. Not only his wife died and him going miserable behind him, but look at his 2 daughters. Destroyed all the men. Man, we ain't got no men. How we gonna get a husband? Who we gonna marry? Let's entice our father with wine and sleep with him. A youngest daughter and the oldest daughter, they had sex with their own daddy. Now, y'all do the math on, now, who are those children and where are they at? What seed is that? Where are they from? Somebody know where I'm getting at with that. On that note, love y'all. Shalom.